So who is this?
This is Queen Nzinga. She was the 17th century warrior queen of the Ndongo and Matamba kingdoms, which is modern-day Angola. She was born in 1583 and had two sisters, Makambu and Kifunjin Bandi, and a half-brother named Mbandi.
Blessed love, give thanks to the life giver and the keeper of life, Kadamawa Haile Selassie I. We welcome you into the Tiger's Nest, a very special edition of the Tiger's Nest, and of course every edition is special, you know. Give thanks to the Honorable Priest Isaac here with you, just glorifying the life giver in all doings and sayings. And of course we're doing this is a live update as it relates to our series, dealing directly with our economic state, our economic growth. We're talking about minding your own business, and it's early in the morning here, so if you hear the roosters crowing, and you hear the birds of the morning singing, and a few crickets out there, you give thanks for the choir. Of course, as I said, it is a blessed day, uprising of the morning, and we're doing this one a bit differently for you. We're talking about minding your own business, and I'm going to be here straight with you that I have not even given this a title, or I just said, it's time for minding your own business, but it's basically the same theme. Of course, there are many things that we will have to touch, and we will see exactly where the Spirit carries us. But for those who do not know, this special program, we'll be doing a series, Mind Your Business, Minding Your Own Business, directly dealing with the state of our economy, directly dealing with our money, directly dealing with our finance. And as I said before, this is all of our lanes. Some people would say, man, you got to stay in your lane, because I'm telling you, I'm not no economist. And even amongst us within the Black conscious realms, they have those that I think have gone, quite deep into the whole subject of our economical growth, our economical strength. Brother Claude Anderson will be somebody that comes, to mind right away. Powernomics. Brother Claude Anderson is an individual that we have highlighted several times on our programs, whether it be video, audio, or whatever. Of course, when it comes around to these realms, and there are those that are Brother Boyce Watkins also deals with the economic growth, and the point is that these are individuals who may be able to show you their PhD in the subject area and whatever degree they may have that would qualify them, and outside of just the paper, if you listen to them, you could see that they obviously have at least a good understanding of solutions that would assist us and aid us in getting out of this economic dire that we as a people are in. Now, as I said before, one of the main things that we speak about is pooling our resources together. The previous time we did a program directly, mind your own business, we were speaking about the Marcus Messiah Garvey accomplishments. We went down a list of things we had directly dealing with Messiah Garvey and his accomplishments as far as the businesses that he established, primarily businesses, and other levels of accomplishments. And even in a time when Facebook, YouTube, and whatever did not exist, even the cellular phone, but whatever the case is, Messiah Garvey had that power to rise so many, and in such a short time, so many in such a short time, and that is very, very important. So Messiah Garvey is a prime example, prime example of what it means to really pool resources together and come together in one unity for an economical strength. Now the reality is, this is why when you deal with the economy of not just a people but our people, you need to take this from different levels. This is why this is everybody's lane, because you have to deal with the psychological state of a people. Remember, this is the same people, that the little girl, you give her a choice between the black doll and the white doll, she'll quicker pick the white doll and tell you the white doll pretty and the black doll ugly, and she herself is black. This is the era then when we all used to look into the mirror and thought that we were that pretty white boy, Superman, and what's the other one? And Batman and all of these fellas here. That is the psychological state that many of us were in. And even though you may not believe you're Superman anymore, but you're still in that state of mind. You're just at the mature state, or not even a mature state, but the state for the adults. We're not maturing at all, but the state for the adults. So when you're in such a psychological trauma, when you actually hate yourself, literally, whether you know it or not, your economic state will reflect this as a people. Yes, you as a one person may think you have a little cheese, but as a people, for sure, I don't think there's anybody on the planet that can dispute that as a people, we're still considered to be at the bottom of the pile. And yet still, as I use the example of Detroit, tens of billions of dollars pass through our hands every year. Not as a people, I'm talking about in Detroit. The black people in Detroit alone I'm talking about, not black people. The black people in Detroit. The bankrupt city, Detroit. $20 billion every year. You just got to do the maths, man. It's not the state of Michigan, The city of Detroit. The black people alone. 20 billion every year is ushered out. But to who? If we even usher that out to our own self, Detroit alone could sponsor reparation. If they just take 1 year, if the people of Detroit just take 1 year and spend that 20 billion amongst themselves, or even half of that amongst themselves and keep it up for 3 years, they could take care of reparation. Yeah. I'm serious. But who are they going to spend that 20 billion with? Well, Santa Claus is coming to town. In fact, outside of mortgage and utilities and bills, I honestly believe Santa Claus gets the bigger piece, or the biggest piece of that piece of cake there, the biggest slice of the cake, let's put it that way. You got Santa Claus, you got the Easter Bunny, you got Cupid, who else you got? You have all kind of other funny things coming in between. And yes, you got to eat and sleep and whatever else you got, but all of that is a part of it. So you have to understand that psychologically, and that's the biggest weapon, the psychological state of us as a people. And that's why we're kept in such a state. So we feel proud, or we got to pay our bills. So who are these bills here now? Bill, this is the people's name, you know. William, Bill is short for William. And you're not even paying bill, you're paying bills. Who are these people that you're paying? You got to pay your dues, you're paying the dues. You know? And it's reality, you know. You must keep in mind the fact that, listen to me good, the fact that when people like Nikola Tesla rise up and discovered ways and means of harnessing the natural, not just the resources, but the natural energy of the atmosphere, what is referred to as free energy, and literally create electricity. So, and there are many like him that have come before and after him that has you know, brought forth to us that ability to harness free energy and create electricity and power and current. So in other words, you do not necessarily have to pay bill for electricity, and Bill understands this. So that's why anyone, because there are several scientists that have created machines, devices, you know, that had the ability to harness free energy, and they have either been kidnapped, can't find them, murdered, or their place of work, laboratory, burnt to the ground. You see the vibration, and this is reality. So when you comprehend that now, I mean, you understand where we live. It means that there is someone at the helm of this. That means that the little poor and needy gotta continue to pay their bills. This is not taxes, you know, that goes towards the government, you know, for the upkeep, if that's the democracy you're in. This is bills that don't need to pay at all, you know. But anyway, when you come to that understanding, and I'm using that, it may seem like a far leap from the psychological state of us as a people, not just in Detroit, you know. I'm not talking about Detroit, us as a people. But I'm trying to show you, when you're psychologically numb, they could kill your own mother and you don't even feel it because you've been trained to become numb to your mother. So that's why those of us in the West, me and an African, we grew up hearing this talk, you know. Oh, you're African, you know anybody over there? We grew up hearing this talk. So now, because of the psychological state again, which comes through the educational system, don't be playing around, man. Trust me, that's how it goes. You hate yourself. You hate the person in the mirror. Your own self. So when your self is getting raped and robbed, it doesn't mean nothing to you, because that's not you. That's what it is. You've become numb. Yeah, that's the reality of it. You don't feel it anymore. So basically, what occurs in the motherland from whence we came does not even affect us anymore. All of this is a part of the plot, as simple as it seems. You know, so we got to deal with the psychological state of us as a people, wherein our history and our heritage becomes the focal point, knowing who we are, from whence we came. That's why we battle on many different fronts for the curriculum in the educational system in general, and of course with your own offsprings, because obviously you got to begin there, but yet still wanting to do more so that their psychological state is kept intact. But that is the aspect of our being that the enemy goes straight for. Yeah, he tried to hit the body too and give you some uppercuts, you know what I mean? And his invented diseases, sicknesses, and the food and all of that, yeah, for sure. But he makes sure as soon as you come out, you go into kindergarten. You got to get this beginning, get some Mother Goose in your head quick. We're talking about the economical state, brothers and sisters. Don't feel this is something else. We're talking about our money, our literal money, finance. So our psychology is key here. Because when you are robbed of this from day one, and mother has been robbed too, and grandmother, oh, we have the thing good. It's robots. It's like a plantation farm giving birth to psychological slaves. Because this is slavery now, you know. What was going on before, it was like a war. We were prisoners of war. We're enslaved now. All the examples I just given you, I mean, come on, can any free people be moving so? Impossible. And that is why the example of the other nations must always come in, and how their finance goes around within their community several times before it goes anywhere. The same city of Tulsa that they destroyed, it is said that the dollar in Tulsa would circulate for 3 years. 3 years before it dips outside of that community. Now tell me, you could see why the first bomb that was dropped in the U.S. by the U.S. was on Tulsa, Oklahoma. Because you are not supposed to thrive. And this is very key, you know, man. You got to keep this in mind. As this program continues to grow and continues to flow, you'd have to remember this in time to come. That, hey, in the early days of this program, this was the key point. Our psychological state and why it's kept like this from generation to generation. So you don't consider yourself, first of all, as a people. You're busted away from yourself, not even concerned about your grandmother anymore. Nor the great, nor the great. What about the great, great, great? Have you ever contemplated the great, 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 great? And where you think the great, 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 great grandmother is? And what about 6th grade, 7th grade, and 8th grade? Don't they mean anymore? I'm sure 9th grade was nowhere around here. I'm in the islands of the Caribbean. And 10th grade, and 11th grade. And yes, I know that there were blacks, of course, in the West. I mean, we teach this all the time. But I know I'm from Africa, fully. The full program, the full thing. So I'm just saying here, this is very important as it relates to our economical growth. And the thing is that when you're talking about us coming together and pooling our resources together, we still got to work a lot on the psychological state of our being. Now listen to me. Those of us who are conscious, I am saying personally, outside of advising that the conscious ones pool their resources together, I am saying you ain't got to wait on no one to raise your own economical standards. Because if we're going to pool resources together, sometimes we don't pool resources together because technically we're so wrapped up in a system that our time and our resources are not even there. And this is why the time factor is very important, you know. And I think that's what we're going to talk about today. Yeah, the time factor. People say time is money. So we're going to look at this on an individual level too, as an individual person, you know. As I said, concentrating on our money. So for those who don't know, this program was basically also designed to promote businesses. So whoever you may be, if you have a business, you have an enterprise, you have a company, you have something that you do, something that you create, something that you sell. It may be services, it may be something that, you know, products or items, whatever it may be. You may be a chef, or You may create artifacts, or you may be a sculptor, a painter, a cab driver, window washer, lemonade seller, whatever you think you do that needs some promotion. All you have to do is to contact us via email, priestisaac27@gmail.com. That's it, priestisaac27@gmail.com, and you send us your information and you send us your promotion, whatever whatever it is that you do. Give us at least a few pictures, a few photos, and we will definitely highlight it right here on the Mystic Vibration in the Tiger's Nest. We would definitely let the world see what you have to offer. And remember, my brothers and sisters, this is at no charge whatsoever to the business, to the enterprise. All you have to do is contact us, and as often as we can on this program here, we will definitely highlight it to the people, let the people know what you have to offer. And since this is an international community, depending on what it is that you offer, and that's another thing, at this time, you got to even check the kind of business you're going into. You want something that you can offer to the international community, something that they can get in a second. That's how it is right now. So that is why I'm saying even time is money as well. Something, it is nice that they can come to you, but if you could just get it to them, and it even doesn't have to go through the mailbox and all of that and all of this and all of, and you have another way of doing it. Time is money. You can break it down and get it to them fast. So that's the international community that we are in right now. So you could always link out to the enterprises and the businesses that you see promoted right here on the Tiger's Nest, in the Tiger's Nest, right here on the Priest Isaac YouTube channel. That's where it's all taking place. So definitely contact me, priestisaac27@gmail.com, and just send me your pictures, your photos of whatever product you have, and some information. And if you have a website that we can go to and we highlight the website, that would be very good as well. In fact, that will be the best thing. And whatever page you may have, some Facebook page, whatever, we could find our way to do that as well. And let the people know what you have. And remember, that is free of cost. You don't have to pay. There's no price, no strings attached, none of them kind of things there. That is just not what we can do, but something that we're doing, because we're doing other things, many other things. But we found that it would be a good thing that we could incorporate the community as much as possible and provide the platform is already there. And even if you have a great following already, that is good. Every little bit counts. So even if 5 people from my end sees your vibration and like it, believe me, it is something good. Yes, give me a moment here. We ain't taking no break. We just going for an intermission and a few words that I have to share with you. Yeah, give thanks. Shock of the hour now. Tiger's Nest. Subscribe to the Mystic Vibrations Shock of the Hour program today and never miss another episode. The Shock of the Hour is a Radio Anu exclusive program produced every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. By now, I am sure that you are aware that all our programs are packed with information, inspiration, mystic vibrations, as well as hot button topics. Every evening we enter into a different dimension, even if it is a part 2 of the previous program, whether it's history or mystery, biology or philosophy, domestic affairs or the locks of your hair. The mystic vibration is sure to bring something new and interesting to the table every evening. So never miss another episode again. Subscribe to the Shock of the Hour now. And don't forget your key Swahili word of the day and your daily scientific fact. So, to subscribe, give us an email, priestisaac27@gmail.com, or call or WhatsApp us today. Area code 1268-728-3162. the shock of the hour. Never miss another program. And a special note to all our new subscribers. All our new subscribers will receive a special copy of the DVD documentary, full length, The Night of the Black Tiger, The Divinity of Marcus Messiah God. On the northeastern corner of the Caribbean island chain sits the gem of the West Indies, Santa Maria de la Antigua. Antigua, renowned for its sun, sea and sand. It has also become famously known as the Stonehenge of the Caribbean. Situated between the villages of Jennings, Ebenezer and Bendel's stands Greencastle Hill. 596 feet of volcanic rocks and lemongrass. These volcanic rocks, which are too numerous to tally, naturally protrude out of the hill and are arranged to correspond to the astronomical clock, the solstices, the equinoxes, and the movements of the stars. This has been confirmed by Dr. Maura Imbert, an astroarchaeologist who conducted a study of several key stones on Greencastle Hill. I have visited Stonehenge in England and have seen for myself the methods utilized by the government and people of that nation to incorporate Stonehenge as a part of its economical development through tourism. Infrastructure has been built around the monument, parking lot, museum, and even a restaurant. And of course, thousands flock to the site during the solstices and equinoxes, and millions visit each year. If preserved, developed, and marketed properly, Greencastle Hill, the Stonehenge of the Caribbean, could attract millions as well, in numbers of persons as well as in dollars and pounds. It will provide employment as well as career opportunities for Antiguans, and it would add to the value and appreciation of Antigua internationally. Greencastle Hill has been used for decades as a site for the creation of aggregates and building materials. As it is already a national park, we as a nation should seriously consider Greencastle Hill and preserve it and utilize it, for it is our national treasure and a sacred hill. The nations and nature will applaud us for such actions. I thank you. And welcome once again, of course, Life Giver and the Keeper of Life. Yes, remember for sure, we're talking about the 21st day of June, the 21st day of June. That is the summer solstice in the Northern Hemisphere. And we will be having that great experience. We're talking about the summer solstice experience, which is put on by Rastafari Experience Antigua, specifically a company that myself and others have come together and have established. And of course, we will be having a 5-day experience, an extravaganza really, 5 days with us right here in the island of Antigua in the Caribbean. So we're looking forward for all those who will be able to make it this time. Give thanks for those who have been with us for the winter solstice and for the spring equinox just 3 months ago. And of course, now it's time for the summer solstice. And that the highlight of the summer solstice experience is really Greencastle Hill. I think by now everyone understands that we're talking about the megaliths. We're talking about these great big stellars and boulders, boulders just there, just heavy boulders, thick boulders, countless of megaliths. When I say countless, we're not exaggerating. And for those who have already, especially those here in Antigua, who have already taken the hiking tour with us to the top of the Greencastle Hill, Mount Anu, I mean, you could see for yourself that the marvel of this hill is something that everyone should experience. And keep in mind, that it's not just about stones. We're talking about volcanic rocks. First of all, not only a line, but the shapes. We have the thrones. You have the rocks protruding out of the earth in the formation of 3 thrones. And it's more than 3 thrones. There's a couple seats there as well. And then you have the phallic, the ancient obelisk. As I would say all the time, the penis of Geb is right here in Antigua. Yeah, the phallic of Geb is right here in Antigua. And I can prove it. I think I've done that too already. So it is a science all by itself and aligns with the vulva right on Greencastle Hill, the symbol of the woman. And this is unique. And as I'm saying this to you, man, I could feel the vibration, keeping in mind that these stones over it could be millions of years or hundreds of thousands of years or tens of thousands of years, but they literally protrude out of the earth. So that would take some time, for sure. And at the same time, they align with the movements of the heavens. Just like all these other monuments all over the world were built to align with the movements of the heavens. We have this hill in Antigua where the stellars protrude out of the mountain itself that align with the movements of the heavens. So you have specific alignments and the equinoxes and of course the solstices. This is why the 21st day of June, the summer solstice, is something that we are celebrating. And of course, as I said, we are inviting everyone in the international community. We are having a 5-day extravaganza. Of course, for the winter solstice, we had 7 days. And it always depends on the time of the year that you have the summer solstice or the equinox or whatever the case is. Because what will be happening this year, of course, we will be beginning from the 19th to the 23rd. 5 days of excitement, really, from the 19th to the 23rd of June. This will be the experience for all those who would like to come in and sup with us. This will include 2 hikes to Greencastle Hill, because you need to do it at least twice. You cannot come all the way here from wherever you're coming to go up Greencastle Hill once. The first hike will be the Friday morning, which is the 21st day of June. That will be the sunrise. Remember, this is the day when the sun is in the most northern part of the zodiac belt or the ecliptic belt, within the constellation of Gemini. So this is a specific alignment day. The equinoxes and the solstices, these are the days, these are climax days, I should say, that connect with Greencastle Hill and all these megaliths and monuments that have been built all around the earth. So we will have a morning experience, the sunrise experience, and then on the 23rd day of June, because we're still in the science or the energy of the summer solstice, on the 23rd day of June now, there will be a sunset hike. That's when we will see the setting of the sun. And that day itself also will be a festive day where we will be inviting, the community of Antigua and Barbuda to join us. So we may have hundreds of people on that specific hike, for sure. That's how it is all the time. But for sure, the morning hike, just for the visitors, I'll let you know, that will be much more on a quieter level, for sure, on that Friday morning when we'll experience the rising of the sun. So it will be all good. It will be something that you definitely never forget. just the awe experience, and then that's just a part of it, because there's a Rastafari aspect of it where we will be taking you to visit the Rastafari camps. You'll be blessing yourself and meeting the elders, and as well as you'll be full joy in the heritage of the island, where we will be taking you on the island tour, and of course the beaches also will be there, and it is a full all-inclusive package. All you have to do is to contact me and I'll give you more information. Of course, Priest Isaac 27 at gmail.com. Priest Isaac 27 at gmail.com. Just like to Brother Jordania, and we are dealing with I Productions. Brother Jordania, who is the president of I Productions, actually now bringing forward to you something of high importance. We're talking about the purple sea moss from Honduras. The purple sea moss from Honduras, and the brother is showing specifically that the sea moss itself has 92 minerals, and this specific sea moss here grows where the fresh water connects with the salt water there in Honduras. And of course, I think we all know, many ones would be definitely keen to tell you that the sea moss itself is a superfood, one of the great food of this time. And of course, you could see he has his label, and it gives you the nutritional value of the sea moss, and everything that is in it, the phosphorus and the iron and the magnesium, and all things needed, the iodine, a lot of things that people say you can only get in fish. You ever hear that talk? Fish. They say, well, you need to get your fish, you got to eat fish. So, because the other things you don't find in other food, but the sea has vegetables too. We like to call it seaweed. Anything we want to put aside, we call it weed, of course, because remember, when you watch the commercial, when they have the spray, the herbicide spray, say they're rounding up weed, the herbicide spray is dandelion they killing, Watch the Roundup commercial, man. It's a dandelion they killing, talking about the killing weed. Yeah? Dandelion. A powerful plant in the ranks of the sea moss. Dandelion. What's wrong with you? Not lettuce, Dan the lion. Yeah, and they're killing it as a weed. So anything they don't like becomes a weed. So the sea moss and all the kelp and them things there from the sea is seaweed, man. Yeah, but anyway, the sea moss has a vitamin A and your vitamin B1 and B2 and B3 and everything that is needed, vitamin E and C and even B12, B6, according to even the label here. So all the information is right there. Sea moss, the purple sea moss, the brother is saying here. This is I Productions, brother Jordania, and he's saying this is directly from Honduras, the purple sea moss, not just sea moss now. I do dare say not Irish moss, Honduras moss, and it is special because it is where the fresh water meets the sea water, and apparently they seem to be, the supply is limited to some degree, it seems like. So I think you may have to do your best to make contact at the moment, and it's shipping out of St. Croix. Just to give you clear understanding, it will be shipping out of St. Croix, and it's 45 US per 8-ounce bag. So just keep that in mind. That's 45 US per 8-ounce bag, and 6 or more is 36 US per 8-ounce bag plus shipping and USPS freight rate shipping option. So you got a whole understanding there. So you could definitely contact Jordania I Productions for your sea moss. And of course, you have contact information here. To order is islandhuman@gmail.com. No, pardon me, islanderhuman@gmail.com. Yes, islanderhuman@gmail.com. So like islanderhuman@gmail.com. Definitely, yeah, man. Stock up on your sea moss. Good vibes. Remember, all you have to do is to contact us. the very same way that this good brother did, and send us the information, and we will definitely promote it to who is listening, watching. And of course, remember, this is what is known as the Tiger's Nest. Yeah, definitely dealing with minding your own business, talking about our economical growth, not just talking it, but doing something about it. So if you have something to promote, all you have to do is to contact us again, priestisaac27@gmail.com. All right, where are we now? All right, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, so many things in front of me. Okay, Dudley Desert Oasis. You gotta hear this one. Don't go nowhere. Dudley Desert Oasis is the result of hard work and vision. Originally based in Hartford, Connecticut, production is now done in the beautiful mountains of West North Carolina. Okay. Our services include vegan meal planning, catering, classes. Hear that, no man? Classes. Let me repeat that. Our services include vegan meal planning, catering, wow, classes, special orders, which are available for scheduled pickup or delivery, and retail wholesale production. Our menu includes, repeat, our menu items include vegan interpretations of savory old Caribbean dishes, CBD infused edibles, may I tell you, island style patties, turnovers with a savory filling, and of course dessert. Well, that's the name. Dudley Desert Oasis. Now listen to this, I want you to get the services good. I want you to get the services good. And of course, at the moment, this is a good sister, Empress Stacy, and operating out of Western North Carolina. And you can see for yourself, obviously, you could see that the food itself, the presentation, the meal itself, the feast is definitely of a high standard. And of course, this is an individual that I know personally. So I for sure can vouch for the good sister. But I'm showing you now, the services include vegan meal planning, catering, classes, special order, which are available for scheduled pickup or delivery. So this is an international teacher, obviously in food preparation and the culinary arts. So if you are having an event and you would like to bring in someone to do the catering, as I said, she's based in Western North Carolina. But if you are having an event, or the group of you desire to up your game to become more certified in the art of food preparation, especially we're talking about vegan food preparation, all you have to do is contact Dudley Desert Oasis, and that can be definitely taken care of. So of course, vegan meal planning, actually taught how to plan and prepare, your breakfast, lunch, dinner, and of course, as she says, and of course the desserts, she makes her own trail mix bars and all these different things, so many different things that they have to offer. So I definitely would encourage you to contact, and I have here, contact us at phone 860, that's area code 860, and the number being 796, that's 796 1368, area code 860 796 1368, and we're talking about Dudley Desert Oasis. All right, give thanks. So of course, again, if you definitely have something to promote, all you have to do is contact us via email, and we will definitely do that for you. And as I'm looking at the time, so as I said, you see, you got to keep in mind, I'm telling you, this is such a serious thing, Remember that, again, It was at the same time when they were doing the Berlin Conference in the 1880s. Just a little before that, one Mayor Rothschild took his sons and he sent them to different parts in Europe. Well, he's in Germany, and he sent one to England, and one to France, and one to Italy, and one to some other place. What's the other place? I can't remember. And Austria. And there they established the Bank of Austria, the Bank of England, the Bank of Italy, the Bank of Germany, and the Bank of the other place that I mentioned there. But the point is now, what they did, this is just before the Berlin Conference around that time, you know, when the killers, Bismarck and all the others sat around the table and decided how they were going to carve up the great landmass of Alkebulan, putting in plan the psychological, if they were the ones that came up with it at such a time. But the psychological enslavement must come with it. Religion and education and all of that had to play a key part in psychologically bringing these natives of the motherland down and parting up the land like a piece of cake. That's really what it was. And you take this piece and I'm going to take that piece and we'll fight together. We're going to form a League of Nations and pretend as if we're fighting for the peace of the world. Yeah, you take this piece and you take that piece of the world. That's the peace we're looking about. Not peace like peace be unto you, but yeah, let me give you peace and I take peace. That's their peace. That's why they have the word peace and peace, you know. Talking about, what you call it, homonyms and all of that. Now I'm on my foot. This, they know that in the tongue there is life and death. We're fighting for world peace. We can see that. We can see that. Yeah, so that's what it is. So when these world banks now were established, that was just the granddaddy of all what you see going on now with your Federal Reserve and the printing press. And when these world banks were established by the Rothschild, the Red Shield, man, it was to fund all the wars, to fund the continuation of the enslavement of the Africans in the West. What are you talking about? It was to fund the division of the African continent. And many ones would argue, oh, Africa was never one. But anyway, we shouldn't even take a stop there because we covered that how many times. But the point is, these bankers, as they will say, the gangster bankers, these are the ones that still have a stronghold on the economy today, whether they come as the Red Shield or they come in some other disguise. The fullness, man, from the, what do you call them, the Goldbergs, the Bilderbergs, the Rockefeller, and all the granddaddies of them time, up to this day have a stronghold on the economy. Slavery, as they call it, the transatlantic kidnapping, is a key part of this. All of this is finance. Why you think we're talking about reparation? Because all of this is finance. So these killers are the ones that literally sponsor the wars that take place around the earth so that they can make more money as such. But it's the economy that's growing because it's the wealth of the earth they're robbing. And real estate, not no little real estate and this piece of land real estate, you know. The Congo Basin real estate, that's what they have. The minerals of the earth. So the economy is rolling for them because they are in control of the minerals of the earth through their banking system at the same time. So this is what we are against, whether you like it or not. You got to see it on this level too. Not just how much money you can make today, You have to see it on this level as well. You may say, but what can we do? Well, even before we get there, it's not about what we can do right now, you know. It's about being able to ask, what can we do? You ask, what can we do? Because you now know what I am saying. But before this was said, you didn't even really penetrate that, like, wow, hey, this is what's really going on in a man. This is a war on all fronts. This ain't by no mistake. This ain't no joke. Entrepreneurs, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, all of that's a joke. Yeah, man, they're just trying to play with your mind. You may not like the phrase, but you got to capitalize. So time is money. According to what we were taught in science, you know, distance divided by speed gives you time. Time is distance divided by speed. So how much distance can you cover in a short amount of time, or the shortest amount of time? Obviously, when we hear of distance and speed, we think of a motor car. You know what I mean? How much miles per hour? So your distance is the miles, and you want to know how much hours you can cover this amount of time in, or amount of space in this time. But if you notice, when you're driving behind the wheel, the gauge is not telling you basically, what the gauge is telling you is how far you can go in an hour. Not how much time it's going to take you to go a mile, nor how much time it's going to take you to go 2 miles. It's telling you how much miles you can go in an hour. So in other words, it's not the distance we are concentrating on. We're concentrating on the hour. Many of us, we concentrate on the distance. Like, wow, this is how far we need to go. And that's going to take us 500 years. And blah, blah, blah. Why not check our speed? Because we can go faster than we go, you know. Don't worry about getting into no accident and all of that. Nobody on. This is like a 1 lane straight ahead. Yeah, man. This is, yeah, you're on the field here, man. This is not in the traffic jam. You got to get yourself out of the traffic jam first of all. Because if you're driving through the city and standing up at the stoplight of life, well then, man, you ain't clocking. Then you have to, and then you slow down again and come to another stoplight. No, that's when we're psychologically enslaved. We're driving through the traffic. You know what I mean? No, you got to get on, not even the highway. You got to get on a track that is miles long, and you can rinse out your engine. That's the psychological state of mind you got to be in. And that's why I say you have to start to affirm yourself. You have to practice affirmations. I'm the best. I am the best. And I deserve the best. And only the best is coming to me now. You got to affirm that to yourself every day. Who is you? You got to big up yourself. Make yourself know, hey, look, is super confidence walking out this door today. I cannot be stopped. It's the tiger's nest this in and not the bunny club. The tiger's nest, we kill people. You got to have that mentality. Then you can see yourself on a track. Going miles ahead, and you then you rev up and you go. Then you watch the dial moving. How much miles an hour? But the moment you have to stand up for this and stand up for that and stop light and stop sign and the ball running across the road and the donkey crossing the road, you don't want to hit him at all or her. And you know what I mean? You're going to keep slowing up. You need to get out to the city. Get out of the traffic jam of the town and the congestion And yeah, man, and traffic wardens, and you might get a ticket and you're there for a while and they impound your car. Nah, man. No, get out of that psychological state. See yourself as more than ordinary. Find some friends that can relate to what you're dealing with. You all know that whole proverb now that I hear a lot of people using now, that hey, you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time around. You want to be wealthy, you gotta find wealthy people to walk and talk with. You got to find wealthy people to walk and talk with. What are you talking about? And you live in a different age now, wherein you don't have to literally find them. Personalities are right there on your computers. In cyberspace, you can create a whole, look, so many of you have created a relationship with me just through cyberspace, And I tell you all the time, the me you get here, that's me. I mean, it's not all of me, I mean, it's not like if you can know me through this, But the me that you know through this is me. There ain't no acting here. This is me. But it ain't all of me. But it's me for sure. I like that. So you got to find, the company you keep around. You got to read. And if you have to be in cyberspace listening to something, listen to something wholesome. I say all the time, with no matter how much subscribers we have, some of them videos still that I've done in the past, still in the hundreds, Still in the hundreds. My words ain't no joke words. I'm not afraid nor ashamed to tell nobody that. Still in the hundreds. So those of you who I mean, I'm telling you, let me just say, every day I get questions that I know have been answered. Now some people are still running me down with the flat earth talk. I have a video entitled, I was just going through my videos yesterday. I have a video entitled, I think it's entitled, The Question No Flat Earther Can Answer. That's still in the hundreds. That was done like a year ago. In the hundreds. I said, wait, we have video in the hundreds a year ago? With clear understanding as it relates to the global earth and the flat earth, that nobody can dispute, no human being can dispute, and people still running down and this and that and this and that. Go and check the videos. The point I'm really making is you need to take time to indulge in wholesome information. I know people like to hear up-to-date information, but that's up-to-date information there. This ain't soap opera, This is a library. This is a library. This is a place of learning. This is the archives. So visit the YouTube channel and go into it, unless we just want to be entertained and hear what the latest happening is. Because we've done a whole subject on our economical state, the state of us as a nation, economically. So I'm saying all of this is important. Just your state of mind, what you enjoy doing, what your habits are, the standards that you keep for yourself. Yeah, you gotta have high standards for your own self. The way you walk, talk, and how you keep yourself, just standard. Just standard yourself. The kind of conversation you keep, standard yourself. Again, the people you go around, the things you watch, the books you read, the jokes you laugh at, standard yourself. And then you can see yourself on a highway where you don't have nobody next to you. Vroom, vroom, vroom. And you can rinse your engine. Then you can talk about speed, because the point I'm making is like speed. Speed, okay. You're listening to this now. This is a pre-recorded. You're listening to this. I am talking to you. I may be on the road right now. I may be teaching some level of some class right now. I may be in a plane right now. Don't take it the funny way, I know Bob and asleep, we rest really, but just to drive the point home. I may be sleeping right now. But yet still I'm talking to you and you're listening to me. And you all say, yeah, man, you're right, you know, brother, and yeah, talking to me, and I do, but I don't think I snore, I don't know. But yeah, you know, they're sprinkling a little, yeah. But the point is, I'm talking to you. So I don't have to be here. This is what this new age is all about now, technology. You got to utilize it. Utilize it. Sometimes we waste book instead of faith. It's a waste book because we waste, we waste. Even though you're advertising with Priest Isaac, you can set up your own YouTube channel and do your own advertising. If you already have a YouTube channel, even if it's a few hundred subscribers, don't worry about that. Promote your business on your YouTube channel. Promote it, even if it's a few pictures you put up and say what you say. Somebody will contact you someday and continue to grow. But you see, the point is here now, is that we're not thinking mediocre, we're thinking big. You have at your disposal, whether it be Instagram, that's another thing there too, Just give me a second, let me say this, Do you know, I went to set up an Instagram account just the other day. And they're telling me that someone is already using my email for an Instagram account. But I'll leave it at that. Yeah. You have Instagram, you have what else you have? You have the Twitter, you have all these stuff, YouTube. Once it can be used to promote what you have to promote, you can use it, utilize it. That's a level of speed. Remember what speed is, distance divided, that's a level of speed, but remember time is distance divided by speed. So we're talking about time travel and bending time. Remember, as I said, when you are driving, the car is not telling you, how long it will take you to go 2 miles. No, that's not it. It's how much miles you go in the hour. The hour is the thing here, What can be done in the hour? Is it 1 mile in the hour, 2 miles in the hour, 3 miles in the hour, or 100 miles in the hour? It is up to you what you do in the hour. But again, you can't do that in no congested traffic. You got to get out of that traffic there. You got to get your company right, the people you are around right, if you got to be around anybody at all. You have times when you got to be around yourself, even if it's just for a time. I ain't telling you to come no hermit, but you got to give time for yourself, to clear your mind. Every day you need time for yourself, to be honest. Every morning, the first hours of the day should belong to you. So you got to be up before the rooster. We're talking here. If you listen good, the crickets have stopped. Yeah. And now the sun is coming out. We've been up since 3 o'clock. That's a regular up. Give yourself time to communicate with your own self. Clear thoughts, mind. Don't become a regular robot. Even if you're doing 9 to 5, it's all right. The point is be in the world, but not of the world. So then now, you could have a clear thinking that, hey, I could see the distance ahead of me, and I'm going to rev this engine and see how fast I can go. You're not going to run into nothing, no accident. The road is clear. I'm going to see how fast I can go and how much distance I can cover within an hour. Half an hour, 15 minutes, a day, a year, whatever time frame you give yourself. But you need to move fast. So when you set up a YouTube channel, you're moving faster. When you set up Instagram, whatever you have, Facebook, and you monetize it properly as well, or you utilize it efficiently, because even if it's not monetized, I ain't got nothing here monetized as yet, as I always say, but I utilize. And monetization may be a next level for next time, and the time will come. You understand? I ain't going through all that with you again. I mean, as I said, even in our archives, we explain why all of that is not taking place. But the point is, whatever you have at your disposal, you utilize it. So this is why we offer the space. This will add speed to you. As I said, even if it's 5 people, pick it up and say, wow, I'd like to try that. Even if you get 1 call. Can you imagine our good sister here that we just spoke about with Dudley Desert Oasis? Even if she get 1 call to say, sister, we're having a culinary arts exhibition next week. We'd like you to attend up here in Ontario, Canada. We will have thousands of people there from, France and Spain and and we'd like to, we will pay for your transportation, accommodation, and we have a specific stipend, if X amount of dollars Canadian, is that will be good for you, whatever, and we'll always, food and shelter, That alone could open many doors and other opportunities. That's speed, So me offering a space to anyone who wants to come and advertise. Anyone, even if you have $1 billion industry and you're listening to Priest Isaac and you know that, hey man, I do this or do that. You know what I mean? And the brother is opening the doors to say, hey man, just contact me. Do you print posters? Do you, whatever, just let me know. And we will let the world know what you have. That's speed. You know what I mean? Distance divided by speed is time. You know what I mean? So what you can do now, you're trying to figure out. Now for me, my dating self, for sure, I believe in that 8-hour resting, I hardly ever get that, for sure. But once you try your best to be healthy, you can live off of a 5 and a 6 hours at least. You know what I mean? So I am into the early to bed, early to rise kind of thing. I really am. And then outside of that, you have to look at the rest of the day, really. And the time frame for the rest of the day and how you turn a 24-hour day into a 48-hour day or a 72-hour day. That's when you can do 3 days work in a day. 3 days work in a day. Again, let me show you. You are watching me here. Somebody else is watching another video. Somebody else is watching another video. Somebody else is watching something maybe on Facebook of me. Somebody's watching some DVD of me. Somebody's reading a book of me right now. So I'm talking to several people right now while I'm talking to you. And again, I might be sleeping. Exactly. So obviously I'm speeding up. And I'm going to be speeding up more and more because there's nothing in front of me. Not unless there's a little ant or something in the way. And I'm sorry for the ant. So anybody in the way is an anti-see, man. Yeah, anti-me, anti-whatever you are. Once I can't even see you, to be honest. I hope no bird fly across. Yeah. So what I'm saying now specifically, very important, my brothers and sisters, please pardon me for that. Let me just take a little intermission here. Don't go anywhere at all. I'll be with you in one moment. As the world turns, many individuals are considering their health, their wealth, their diet. Yabba I-Tal cuisine, located in the heart of Brooklyn, New York, is not just another vegan or vegetarian outlet. No, Yabba I-Tal cuisine is a uniquely designed nucleus utilizing traditional cooking utensils and the best in herbs, fruits, and plant-based materials to provide delicious and nutritious meals specifically designed to meet the needs of the customer. Your personal chef Honorable Priest Germain will tailor his cooking to your specific need, whether it be diabetes, high blood pressure, cancer, weight loss, or just a well-needed assistance in changing your eating habits. Our menu includes I-Tal green quinoa, made also with coconut milk, kale, cilantro, etc. I-Tal stuffed peppers, garden vegetables, and Mediterranean stir-fried black rice. We also provide chlorophyll juices, blood builder drinks, various salads, and much more. The Honorable Chef is now serving the entire New York City area, and he will come straight to you. So for more information, give him a call or WhatsApp at 917-312-7658. That's 917-312-7658. Or email him at jakashaheru@gmail.com. Give thanks once again. Yabapat I-Tal cuisine. And blessed love, give thanks once again. Talking about Yabapat I-Tal cuisine, definitely giving us a good understanding of what is taking place there. That is the good brother Honorable Priest Germain. Of course, you can contact him. And there's more. Well, as you could see, I just took a call there a moment ago, and that was an essential call. And while you were listening to that, I was just kind of clearing up some business. So you could see right there, utilizing time and everything in its full perspective. All right, and since we're speaking of time, we're going to look to seal this up. But yeah, also, the good brother also offers I-Tal essentials, coming out of the same realms of the same Yabapat I-Tal cuisine. But this is on a different realms now. I-Tal Essential, talking about pain relief oil for external use only. Shake well, and everything, ingredients and everything is right there to definitely show you how to utilize it. I'm talking about, here you go again, the I-Tal Essential Pain Relief Oil. Also, the good brother also has the rosemary oil, and the rosemary oil is very good for your hair. If you have any problem with your hair, talking about hair loss and all of that, now don't wait until you go clean ball and go try, I mean, you can try, but the point is the rosemary itself is very good to for the hair in general, for the scalp, for continual hair growth, and even rejuvenating the hair itself. So you could see the rosemary oil, as you can see there, Priest Germain, and all information and our contact number is there as well. So you could definitely give him a contact and get your rosemary oil, get your pain relief I-Tal essential as well. And of course, as you could see, the I-Tal cuisine from Yabapat is also available, and everything in full demand, So once again, you contact the good brother, area code, he's in Brooklyn, New York, 917, and of course 312-7658. Or you can even email him at jakashaheru@gmail.com, jakashaheru@gmail.com. Do give thanks to the life giver and the keeper of life. But let me say now, of course, remember the Cosmic Series. The Cosmic Series. If you have not received the Cosmic Series, and just to all those who are definitely, followers of the meditation, also we have reconstructed a PayPal account again. So for those who would prefer to do their transaction even through the PayPal, it is the same email, priestisaac27@gmail.com. And of course, the Cosmic Series is available, 4-part series. For those who have not received their Cosmic Series, you definitely should contact us and get your copy of the 4-part Cosmic Series, Going into the Heavens, Declare the Glory. Each part directly dealing with a specific aspect of the heavens, the black hole and the woman, and as it relates to the reproduction of life itself, and the Orion mystery prophecy, which we did place on the YouTube as well, and going into many different aspects, the story within the ecliptic belt, the zodiac belt that you can see in the scriptures and all of these things, and how astronomy and astrology meets what is known as theology, and how they combine, and how one was taken from the other. That's really what it is. Theology in general, the study of God that we know it as we know it today, is definitely taken from the movements of the heavens. So I'm telling you, this is a prime work. The heavens declare the glory, the cosmic series. It answers many questions people ask every day. I'm telling you straight off the bat. You know, so just contact me and get your copy of the cosmic series, specifically 4 parts. And there's more to come, man. That's all I would say. Now, the cosmic series itself is $100 US. That is the price for the 4-part series. These are video lectures. Let me let you know as well. Video lectures only $100, and of course, at the same time, the biblical land of Israel. Definitely, you need to get a copy of the true biblical land of Israel. And I did mention that I got a response as it relates to the challenge. They're not ready yet. I think they said they're getting a team together from a specific college, and I'm yet to do a program on that, but I'm coming soon for that for sure. But for those of you who have not received a copy of the true biblical land of Israel, you could definitely contact us and get a copy of such. And of course, the book Anu, Ancient and Modern. Both books are only $20 and only $10 for the children's book, the book that my children wrote. I'm talking about the great kings and queens of Africa, written by the youths, designed everything by the youths, you know what I'm saying? Only 10 US ebooks. All of these are ebooks, and as I said as well, the PayPal is now available for those who desire to do their transaction in such a way. You know, and of course, remember the Night of the Black Tiger. Get a copy of the Night of the Black Tiger as well, and so many different things. And remember to keep in mind, you know, that your good brother, Honorable Priest Isaac, I'm an international lecturer, you know. You don't have to wait for me to come to your town. You don't have to wait to hear that I'm coming to Panama, or when you're coming to Trinidad, or when you're coming to Guyana, or when you're coming to here or there, or when you're coming to South Africa. I get that one a lot, you know. All you have to do is to put yourself together, even as a group, whatever it is. And of course, I'll be available to come and give lectures and give conferences and workshops and whatever else it is that I need to do. I am always available once our time and everything can collide properly, and you know how to contact me, and we could do that as well. So I'm very thankful for your presence, my brothers and sisters. We're going to seal it up at this time for the moment. I'm very thankful for all those who took the time to sup with us. And remember, yes, distance divided by speed equals time. So we have to know to utilize our time and turn a 24-day into a 42-hour day, a 24-hour day into a 72-hour day, and do 3 days worth of activity in one day. You know, 3 things at the same time. At the same time. And we have certain levels of technology at our disposal where we could do that this day, today, to the best of our ability. So do give thanks, because some people tell you have to delegate. I agree. But when you yourself can multiply, yeah, Holy Emmanuel, I, Selassie, I, Jah, Rastafari. Remember, to send in your information, your pictures, and those of you who are watching, you should support those that you see do this, who take the initiative to do this, who take the initiative to speed up, you know what I mean? Even if you have to just call them and email and congratulate them, you know what I mean, for coming on Priest Isaac YouTube channel, you could do that as well and big them up, all of that is necessary, and we can encourage each other in this time and this space, So send in your pictures and your information, man, and let the world know about your business. Give thanks to the life giver and the keeper of life, King Emmanuel the 7th. Adonai God, Jah Rastafari. Bless.
I-Tal rise up with God. that teaches you to depend upon another race is a leadership that will include. Any leadership that teaches you to depend upon another race is a leadership that will include. They gave leadership to our foreparents, and that leadership made them slaves. But we have decided to find a leadership of our own to make ourselves free men. Our great scholars have advanced through the colleges and universities, have thrown away the blessed record. Babylon did it. Assyria did it. France under Napoleon did it. Germany under Prince von Bismarck did it. England under America under George Washington did it. Africa with 400 million black people can do it.
Alafia to each and every one. Salamta and blessed love. Honorable Priest Isaac here. It is with great joy that I am happy to announce to you that I have officially released my first ebook, Anno Ancient and Modern Revisited. This is the continuation process of our easy-to-read books. Within the pages of Anno Ancient and Modern Revisited, we take the time to show you the spiritual connection with the island of Antigua and Heliopolis in Kemet in Egypt, with the island of Antigua and the legendary continent of Atlantis. We also highlight Greencastle Hill, also known as Mount Anu, which is known as the Stonehenge of the Caribbean, with the countless of megaliths that align with the movement of the heavens. This is a must-read for all those who are students of the esoteric realms, astronomy, geology, and ancient sites. Of course, to get a copy of your book, all you have to do is to contact us at area code 1268-728-3162. Call, text, or even WhatsApp. Or you can email us at priestisaac27@gmail.com to get a copy of your ebook, Anno Ancient and Modern. It is an easy to read book, may appear light, but it is extremely heavy. Yes,